Welcome to the London Youth Express and to our series about the renewal of the education system. And we're currently talking about the new curriculum. Today we want to look at opening the curriculum up for diversity and for customization. We know that our children are all different. Currently we have a standardized national curriculum in most countries of this world, and some schools are more specialized, and children who are learning at home can customize their curriculum very much. And when this home-based learning is self-directed, then what is happening is that the children are actually only learning what they want to learn, which doesn't lead to the children not receiving an adequate education, but a more focused and individualized form of learning and acquiring and retaining knowledge. We as a humanity live in a gigantic universe. We live in a universe that is full of life, although we haven't yet discovered other human beings or beings like us. But who knows, in the future it is likely that we will. We live in this wonderful universe, and we enter this earth to stay here for a while, and then we leave the earth, and then we continue to live on in this realm which we call eternity. Our curriculum should give unlimited value to every child, and the best, the highest quality learning experience and also enjoyment to every child. Children are different. A curriculum that has been standardized will never meet the individual needs and requirements of all children. The subjects that we currently have in our curriculum should be questioned. I believe that self-directed learning is very important. Children simply learn and retain much better and with much more ease when they're really interested in what they are learning, and when it's something that they want to learn, that they want to figure out, that they want to gain information about, that they want to understand. Our children want to understand our world, society, and their role in this world and in society. When I went to school, all the subjects in the curriculum were prescribed. I had maths, I had language, I had art, I had physical education, then I had languages, and I learned English and Latin, and history, and also geography and biology. what would happen if we would open the curriculum up? Obviously, in order to satisfy the government, which is right, we will have to have certain subjects, certain key areas that will be taught everywhere, like obviously reading and writing and mathematics. But what if we would ask the children what they would like to learn? What if every school would take some time to find out about the true talents, abilities and giftings of their pupils and students, and devise individualized or group customized lessons, teachings around these children? So what we are currently experiencing is we have a curriculum that is centered around certain subjects, which educators and governments more or less believe are essential for children to learn. But a new model should look at creating a curriculum that is focused on our children and creating a curriculum around the needs, interests and requirements of our children. This second approach would lead to lessons and subjects in school becoming really diverse, really interesting and also fascinating. Obviously, in order for this to work, our teachers need to understand the values of opening up the curriculum and also of spending time to focus on the children. This may look like an impossible task now, but actually every effort and work that we put into educating our children in the best way and providing an education system, schools of the highest quality, is absolutely necessary and essential. And I believe that it is possible to find a way. If we open up the curriculum, we might have something like singing classes or classes for children who want to write either poetry or short stories, classes where children may want to dance, classes where children want to look at certain questions. One question could, for example, be, why doesn't sugar burn? And also classes where children engage in other activities. For example, it could be that 7 children from a certain neighborhood or estate get together and start thinking about how they could contribute to improving their estate. Perhaps there are other young people who sell drugs or young people who are alcoholics. It could also be that there are some children who are very interested in astronomy and they are perhaps 8 years old and they would study the stars and the universe then. It could also be that there are other children who are very interested in social activities, and their lesson could perhaps consist in going out into the community and helping other people, like for example old people who I know would be delighted to see children and children who care for them and about them. Why don't we open up the curriculum? Why don't we realize that we need diversity and that we will all benefit if we also customize and individualize the curriculum? Why is everything in education so much contained in a box? It can only be this way, it was always this way, and we don't want to change, it's too inconvenient to change. And the children, well, if they go to school, then they must simply accept that it's not a totally positive experience. Why don't we take some time and think about how we could make our children feel better? How we also could our teachers feel more relaxed and more happy. Our current curriculum produces a lot of stress, and this stress is unnecessary. We have to understand that our schools cannot create the whole future for our children. Our schools, the way they are currently operating, and the curriculum and curriculums that we currently have, cannot and do not guarantee that every child will be successful in life. And this is a great, an enormous shortcoming. What a sound and childlike curriculum, a curriculum that is created around children and around their needs and around the ways in which they learn. What such an innovative and modern curriculum would do is it would install in children the joy and the excitement of learning and the joy and excitement of continuous learning. And life is all about being open to learning continuously, growing, advancing, and making progress. It should give us something to think about and should worry us a tiny bit at least that our curriculum hasn't really been modernized so far, that it hasn't really changed significantly during the past several hundred years. We live in this enormous universe on this planet, and we all shall live forever. We got to open the curriculum up and allow diversity and also customization, because our children are not only learning in school, and they should never learn for grades, but our children are learning because this is who they are. They are learning individuals, and they are learning for this life, and they are learning for the life that they will live after they will leave this planet one day.